Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is MAZLINA binti GHANIB. My explanation is about introduction and objective of taxation. The definition of taxation is a term for when a taxing authority, usually a government, levies or imposes a financial obligation on its citizen or residents. Paying taxes to government or official has been a mainstay of civilization. The tax is a mandatory collection made by a public authority that will not be received directly in return. Consider the lifeblood of public finance as tax are one of the most important sources of public income. Taxation is a power of the government, where the authorities collect revenue by imposing charges on the economic activities of the citizen, glory and of investor. The purpose of taxation is to provide money that enable the government to function as economical significant. They are used to promote objectives such as full employment, satisfactory economic growth rates and stability of the money supply. The principle of the tax is distribution of tax burden, economic efficiency, ease of administration, compliance. Taxation has a specific objective. The objective include general and specific general. Tax as a source of government revenue, as a promoter of economic growth, and as a tool of income and wealth distribution.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is AINAA binti NORDIN. I'll be talking about Malaysian tax system. There are two different kinds of taxes in Malaysia, which are direct tax and indirect tax. Direct tax is paid directly to the government. Common example of direct tax is personal income tax. Meanwhile, indirect tax is a tax that excise to a person who consume goods and service, and this tax is paid indirectly to the government. There are several examples of taxes in Malaysia. One of the example is corporate income tax. Corporate income tax is a tax that is collected from a company or organisation that running a business. In other words, resident or non-resident organisation doing business and generate taxable income will be taxed on their income accrued from Malaysia. The second types of tax in Malaysia is personal income tax. A person, individuals, regardless of citizenship, who is earning an income are required to file and pay tax. Malaysia also adopt a progressive income tax rate system. Taxpayer only pay the higher rate of the amount above the rate. Another type of tax in Malaysia is sales and service tax, which is SST. Sales tax is charged on taxable goods that are manufactured in or import into Malaysia. Meanwhile, service tax is imposed on specific prescribed service provided by a taxable person. The next type of tax in Malaysia is withholding tax. Withholding tax is an amount withheld by the party making payment, which is the payer, on income earned by a non-resident payee, and this amount have to be paid to LHDN. The last type of tax in Malaysia is stamp duty tax. Stamp duty is the tax government place on a legal document, usually the transfer of assets and properties, on documents that are needed to legally record certain type of transaction. It is a tax that imposed on instrument rather than transaction.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera. My name is FAIRUZ ABDULLAH, and as for today, I would like to explain about issue and challenges in taxation world. Although paying taxes is not everyone's favorite pastime, it is a critical activity for the government, particularly it's a revenue agency. Many of us would argue that we shouldn't have to pay taxes. In what ways does the amount of money that pay in taxes assist us as a country? It is critical to realize the motivation behind taxation. Tax avoidance, which refers to the lowering taxes through legal ways, and tax evasion, which refers to the criminal non-payment of tax duties, are example in this situation. Tax protester and tax resistor are two types of people who refuse to pay taxes. Tax evaders usually do not argue that the tax rules are illegal or that they do not have to apply them. Instead, they are more concerned with not paying for the government policy that they hate the most. Tax evaders try to avoid paying taxes by relying on weak interpretation of the law, whereas tax resistance refuse to pay a tax for moral reasons. Tax issues will continue to be at the forefront of taxpayers' mind while the global economy slowly recovers from the effects of the first-time health pandemic happens, which is coronavirus. Other issues in taxation is on sales tax, service tax, goods and service tax. In light of current situation, various sales tax exemptions should be considered. However, they are subject to severe or many criteria for compliance.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am AZRAI KHIRRUDDIN. I am presenting the recommendation and suggestion in taxation. Okay. The first point is tax evasion. Society needs to learn understanding of income tax and employment tax legislation, studying deductions that are allowed and what record keeping rules apply to deductions. Employers should be aware of the payroll tax reporting and payments to avoid getting into difficulty. Next, employer and owners diligent tax prepared to exist on tax issues. Okay, the next point is tax avoiding. Okay, government should implementing lower tax rates. It is crucial for the countries to recognize that higher tax rate does not imply increased tax revenue. It could be indicate the opposite. People may be discouraged from participating in productive economy if the tax rate is too high. Okay, my third point is minimizing bureaucracy of procedure in tax payment. Okay, several ICT-based mechanisms such as electronic reporting, online filing of tax and social security returns, data sharing between authorities could reduce red tape and bureaucracy in terms of procedure in tax payments. Okay, my last point is stabilizing enforcement team. Okay, for this point, integrate ongoing performance feedback into the performance management system to ensure accountability of other staff. It means that it should be create a simple system for managers to track their performance, such as database, log or diary. Finally, each staff must have a clear idea of the organization goals as well as the objective of their team.
Assalamualaikum. My name is FADZLI bin ZAIRUDIN. So, in conclusion, tax is very important to build up a country with high economic significance. Therefore, tax is very important to pay the salary of public servants such as the frontliner and also other government agency. Besides, all these taxes will make sure all the public goods will be well maintained and safe to be used. Therefore, Malaysia Tax Enforcement Team such as Malaysian Inland Revenue Board (MHDN) and Royal Malaysia Customs Department (MCD) play important role to make sure the future of our country. Although tax system in Malaysia has been used for a long time, but the innovation toward the tax system can help Malaysia to moving forward in future. By having a perfect tax system, Malaysia can generate more income and also can contribute more toward its people. So that's all our video regarding to the public taxation. Thank you for watching our video and see you next time.